In this video, we are going to solve this question, which clearly is an algebraic question that deals with solving an equation. If you compare this question, number 2 with number 1, what you see there are two different mathematical concepts. This is an equation because it has an equal sign. Unlike question number 1, this is an expression because it does not have an equal sign. Even though you see the equal sign is there, it is waiting for the answer. But without the other side or the right-hand side, this is an expression. So know the difference between an expression and an equation. An equation has two sides, a left and a right. An expression only has one side, and that's it. So please take note of that. Write this down in your notebook. The difference between equation and expression. Expressions do not have equal sign. Equation does have equal sign. They do have equal sign, and they have a left side and a right side. So you can simplify an expression, but you can solve an equation. You cannot solve an expression. Please rewind the video and write this down in your notebook. You cannot solve an expression. You can only simplify or factorize an expression. We'll come to that in another video, but you cannot solve an expression. So here we expanded and we simplified that expression, and the answer is another expression. So here we are going to solve this equation. So now, to solve the equation, our answer must look like, resemble this. X is equal to a number. That will be the final solution. X is equal to, so we have to make X the subject. We have to isolate X by itself. And in order to do that, we have to cancel out the numbers that are accompanying X. X is on the left side, and there's a 2 and there's a 6. The 2 is a coefficient because it is multiplying to X. The 6 is just a constant. So it is easier to cancel out the constant first. This is a plus 6, and to cancel out a plus 6, you have to subtract. Now, whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to repeat it on the other side of the equation for the balance to maintain. So we have 2x. The 2 is a coefficient. It is left for last. Let's deal with the constant first. So we have a plus 6. Now to cancel out a plus 6, you have to subtract 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. But if you subtract 6 on the left, that's 7. Have to undergo a subtract 6 also. You subtract 6 on the left, you have to subtract 6 on the right. And the subtracting of 6 now will cancel out 6 from the left side. So what you're going to have, you're only going to have 2x on the left side, because 6 minus 6 is 0. And on the left side, you're going to have 7 minus 6 is 1. As you can see, I'm trying to maintain the equal sign in one column. So the 6 disappeared, and the 7 less 6 will be 1. Now we go to the 2 now, which is a coefficient because it is multiplying. Now to cancel out a multiplying, you have to divide. So we have to divide by 2 on the left. Now, if you divide by 2 on the left, you have to divide by 2 on the right. There are different ways of showing divide by 2. Let's use the fraction way. Or let's do a new way. Or we can just keep it simple and familiar. So you divide by 2 on the left. That will take care of the 2. 2 divided by 2, 1. The 2 will cancel out. And then you divide by 2 on the right. So what you're going to have now is 1x, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. And that's what you want in your final solution. Only 1x. You don't have to write the 1. But if you write the 1, you are not wrong. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you can write the 1 to remind yourself, if you don't see a coefficient in front of a letter, there is a 1. There's an invisible 1. If you just see an x by itself, just bear in mind there's a 1 in front of the x. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 1 divided by 2 is a half. You can leave it as a half. And please remember, there's another way to write a half, because all fractions can be converted to decimals. So if you write 0.5, your answer is still correct, because that's another way to represent a half, 0.5. And that's the final answer. X is equal to 0.5. So therefore now the answer is C again.